Hey guys, and welcome to another TikTok Talks. So, today we've got a couple of things I'm going to be discussing. First, I'm going to get out of the way because it's super negative and I don't want that kind of thing in my life. Now, of course, I'm going to be talking about Mass Effect Andromeda. Huge game. Huge game. Everyone's been super psyched for it since it was announced and has been waiting for this game for years. So, when it came out and the graphics were subpar, especially in areas such as facial animations, the gaming community lashed out a little bit. And in kind of a really nasty way. One individual has been targeted and harassed for their involvement with the game. Now, I have to use the quotation marks because this individual was misidentified. They were a former EA employee and it was spread that they were working on the Mass Effect Andromeda development team. And everyone targeted them and unfortunately sent them some pretty nasty things. Which is inexcusable as a community. And one of the things that I love about the gaming community is we're accepting and all-encompassing because we've got a common interest that for many years was heavily stigmatized. And this isn't helping our image, guys. Come on. Especially when you think about not just one person works in a game. You get games of individual developers, but we all know that that game is not Mass Effect. Mass Effect had a huge development team behind it. One person could never be held accountable. Okay, so you don't like the graphics. That's fine. You can put your opinion out there in a productive manner. It's called critique. It's a wonderful thing that helps people learn. Turning around and telling someone to die is not critiquing. It's called being an arsehole. Now, as with any game development, there are checkpoints that they have to get through. So, like, say, I've drawn a stickman. I love that stickman, I think it's great. But several other people have to approve said stickman before I can release him as a drawing. So that means that several other people turned around and said that they were happy with the animations to go through. You can blame a team of developers, that's fine, if you are super unhappy with a product. But one, don't target someone individually, and two, don't be a fucking dick about it. Yeah, okay. You were super excited for it. I get that. I'm somewhat disappointed with the animations as well from what I've seen. But I'm not going to turn around and be an arse to someone. It's one of those things. Yeah, I'm disappointed, but that's kind of how life goes, guys. And all of these animations came out before the game was even released. While they've said it won't be a day one patch, there's a chance it's going to get patched. You're going to get it fixed. And you've still got time to cancel, or you still had time as it has now been released. But you still had time to cancel your order if you were that unhappy with it. So, I don't know, the thing that's probably made me maddest is obviously what started as a small issue that was fixable got blown out of proportion on the internet. Tabloids here in the UK got hold of it, like The Sun, and just slammed it. It made every gamer look like a complete and utter dickhead compared to the few bad apples that are causing all the issues. That's all I'm going to say on the subject, guys. It really annoyed me that people acted like this, and we can be better as a community. Next up, French retro publisher .emu has announced after more than 6 years in operation, it's closing down. Now, for anyone who didn't know, .emu was an online game store that offered DRM-free games. So, for all you people who don't like having to constantly log into frickin' Origin to play Dragon Age, this website was ideal for that. Now, they stopped selling games at the beginning of the month, What has been said is that all games that have been purchased and are on accounts, you have until June 1st to download them. After that, they're gone. They're gone for good. You're not getting them. So I will include the link to their website below, just in case you think, oh, did I have any did I use them? Did I have any games on there I need to download? It's worth a check. You know, you don't want to be missing out on games. Unfortunately, the reason is pretty simple for their closure, and that is that the competition's just gotten a bit too fierce. There are some really big companies that are selling games online now, and they just felt they couldn't keep up, so they've called it a day. So thank you .emu, and yeah, sucks to see you go. Now I want to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart, mainly because it's a combination of World of Darkness and card-based games. Yay! That is Prince's Gambit. It's a new Kickstarter from Onyx Path Publishing, and it's based off Vampire the Masquerade. I'm so excited, there are no words. I love my games anyway. I love tabletop games, I love card-based games, and the fact that it's also World of Darkness is just fantastic. Not to mention that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines was honestly like one of my all-time favourite games. I can't even count how many hours I've spent on that. So to have a tabletop game based off of this, for me, is big news. Now, the World of Darkness has been going a bit crazy lately, ever since they celebrated their 20th anniversary, and the news that Paradox kind of got hold of them. And yeah, they've released new games. You've got Werewolf the Apocalypse coming out. You've had a text-based game come out for mobile and on Steam. And it's really, really exciting that we're getting physical games as well. Now, it started yesterday and has already doubled its pledge goal. Now, it was aiming for $7,000. As of right now, it's on $14,202. And they've already added stretch goals to it. You can start supporting the project with a minimum for, you know, your rewards of $10, which will get you the PDF of Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition and a wallpaper. It's kind of cool. If you actually want the game, it starts at $19 plus shipping, and the tiers go all the way up to $350, which gets you being artwork in the game, which if I had the money would totally do. Now, the game itself is for 6 to 8 players. I know, it seems like a lot, but for anyone out there who's pretty adept at altering game rules, because there's only ever 2 of you around to play board games, yep, then I'm sure these rules will be no different and can be adapted in some way. And the reason for the 6 to 8 players is to represent the different clans. It's a 30 to 60 minute game, and it is for ages 18 plus, so I'm expecting some pretty juicy artwork. What you get in the actual box is 110 plus poker size premium cardstock cards that include 8 clans, intrigues, traits, and more. Like I said, they've already added stretch goals, which they already hit $200 ago, which will be they add the followers of set to the clans. Now, you've got other ones. Currently the highest that they've announced is at $21,000, and it's the one I am most excited about, because if we get to $21,000, I get to play Giovanni. Yep. And everyone knows that the Giovanni kick ass, so bring it. You can tell what I play. The game itself is based around the Camarilla and the Sabbat. And as always, they're at each other's throats. Pun totally intended. and you have to win the game as one of the factions, either by getting prestige points to gain the Prince's favour and pass intrigues, or if you're playing the Sabbat, to wreck the intrigues. Like I said, it looks like a super fun game to play. It's already hit its backing, so it's definitely being made. If it sounds something that's up your street, the link, as always, will be below and you can go support it. Last up, for all you Games Workshop fans out there, there have been a plethora of new announcements from the Las Vegas trade show. Now, I'm not sure where to start, so I'm just going to start at the beginning and go with A, and that's Armageddon. More precisely, Shadow War Armageddon. It's a new self-contained game, and it's set in the hive cities of Armageddon with orcs versus space marines. Now, in the box, you get all kinds of things. You get your rules, you get scenery, which is really exciting because scenery can often be quite expensive for tabletop war games. And you get your armies. Now, what is easily the best thing about this is the fact they include rule adaptations, so you can include other factions playing. It doesn't just have to be, oh, well, it's got to stay as orcs versus space marines. It's got to. Like, that's all you can play. No. If you've got a Chaos Space Marine army, bring them in. You got your Necron Immortals? Pfft, bring them on too. Cadians, sort of your infantry squad. And if you happen to be a fan of the Tau, well, bring your Pathfinder team. Let's make it a party. I really love that they have done this. I think it's super fun. Rachel and I were discussing very recently how we wanted to see something like this. And so, yeah. Thank you guys. However, if 40k is not your thing, and you are more of a Age of Sigmar kind of person, they haven't forgotten you. A brand new race is being introduced to the mortal realms. Now, with the Dominion of Chaos receding, there's lots of loot to plunder and find, so obviously you're gonna find dwarves, and that's exactly what the new race is. It is a dwarf race called the Caradron Overlords. Now, they look awesome. Balloon ships, tons of iron armour, big hammers, top hats. Yep, you guessed it. They're steampunks. Woohoo! Now, I've got a bit of I've got a bit of a soft spot for steampunk as a subculture, and I happen to like dwarves and Age of Sigmar, so I'm probably going to be getting this myself. It says that you can't see a single scrap of flesh on them, and they're totally armoured from head to toe, which means I imagine there's going to be some pretty nice saving throws on these guys. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I will pop the link so you can see some pictures. There is a little trailer just showing off some of the details, and yeah, excited about that. As always, thank you for joining me, guys, for another TikTok Talks, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye.